Hello everybody, this is Nazdarachi coming back at you again today with another video for Helldivers 2. Now today, of course, well, many of you who regularly play the game will probably already know this, but yesterday they released two brand new support call-in weapons, and today we're going to be talking about and showing off one of them, which is the one that I like more. I really think this thing is crazy, but it's this Quasar cannon right here. There's also another heavy machine gun. It's not terrible, but it eats through ammo really quick. That's for another video, though. This thing, however, does seem like a direct upgrade to like the recoilless rifle and the expendable anti-tank for a couple of reasons. One being that the rounds that this thing fires are just like a laser shot that explodes, and they don't drop like the expendable anti-tank rounds do. And the fire rate on it is going to be more consistent than trying to beat out the 70-second cooldown for the expendable anti-tank. It does basically the same amount of damage, and it's just really, really good. So I've got a bunch of video footage for you, as the title may have suggested to you. And we're going to be showing it versus pretty much every enemy of significance in the game, both on the Automaton side and the bug side. And I'll have some notes and some pointers. So basically we're doing a deep dive into this Quasar cannon and showing that off today. That's going to be the modus operandi. So also, before I cut to the footage and we really just dive into the video, this is very quick. But obviously, if you scroll through this, they have just like a whole wall of text here. But you can see that pretty soon we're going to be expecting the anti-air missile stratagem, which I believe is just a call-in that's going to target flying targets, which I would assume is going to help not only versus the bug shriekers that are already in the game, but it'll also be good versus this new automaton flying threat that they're talking about in here. With that out of the way, we're going to go check out this new gun right here. I do appreciate you for checking out the footage, even though the interest seems to kind of come and go. I'm having fun making the videos, and that's really kind of the only reason I'm here. So we are going to cut right to the footage, and there'll be kind of some separate notes and narration going on for that, for the deep dive of the weapon. I hope that y'all are having a great day, and I'll see you in 1 second. Alright, we're going to be covering all of the footage now. It's going to be divided up into little categories for each enemy type and different objectives and structures, etc. There'll be little cards in between, so it should be fairly easy to navigate, and I'll be here to give notes along the way. Of course, we're bringing the Quasar, and the reason I like bringing it so much is because it really lets me not have to bring the orbital railgun, and it takes the place of like heavy damage dealing to armored targets, as well as damage to like buildings, structures, bug holes. We're going to cover all that. So we're starting with the charger right here, as you saw with the card. And as you can see by that first shot right there, if you do not hit the chargers squarely in the head, it will take a couple shots to bring them down. But the good news about that is that this thing has unlimited ammo. It just has a little bit of a cooldown period, and then you can just keep on firing it over and over again, which I think is a significant advantage over the expendable anti-tank, as well as the recoilless rifle. I mean, there is a case to be made if you're using the recoilless rifle with a teammate for the fast fire rate and quick reloads, but outside of something like that, I think this gun is just better in every situation. Now, of course, right there on screen, you did see me get killed trying to like 3v1 chargers. It does illustrate that this gun does have a little bit of a charge up period before it rips off a shot. So you do have to be careful just being spatially aware if you're fighting multiple big things at once. But otherwise, in all of these examples here, you'll just basically be seeing me 1 or 2 shotting a charger. Now, basically the strategy, of course, here is going to be that you shoot for the head. Of course, it's a one-shot kill. But if you happen to miss and you can maybe hit the leg, you can also blow off their leg armor in one shot, and then quickly follow up with like your primary gun and finish them off really quick. Almost like the old railgun meta, but even better. I mean, this thing really just does feel like kind of a souped up railgun almost. It's just awkward because most of the guns in this game are sideways upgrades in most cases, not just flat out upgrades. But this thing pretty much feels just like a direct upgrade. Again, just relieving chargers of their heads. Now, they do kind of have a head bobby mechanic when they go to charge and as they're moving around. So if you can catch them from far away, you'll be doing much better off. But this thing, again, if you do happen to miss, as you can see on screen, it will inflict some heavy bleed on them as well. Now, the one further back didn't notice me. He's not really moving around, so instead of multiple shots, he's just a click, one shot, one kill. Again, with multiple charges on screen, if you can nail those headshots, which I do find the first person mode to be very useful for, because in third person, the gun itself can kind of get in the way, block your vision for some precise shots. But yeah, again, I think the only real drawback of this thing is the slow charge up time and the cooldown period, but comparing it to the cooldown on the expendable anti-tank, I think you're much better off. As you can see versus the Brood Commander here, anything that's Brood Commander size or smaller, if you hit them in the head, you're basically going to vaporize them, as the example is being shown on screen. One of them here, the final one, which is the one right after this one, which of course those are all just vaporizations there. This one is going to be a body shot, not directly to the head, and that one you can see will not always result in an instant kill. So just be aware of that as you're trying to place your shots. Moving on to the Bile Spear, I've actually found that this gun is relatively ineffective at dealing with the Bile Spear. Unless you hit them directly in the face, it will not be a one-shot kill, and the charge time on it and the way they spit acid while you're trying to shoot and charge it up, just not really conducive. As you can see on screen, I pretty much nailed him almost what I thought was directly in the head, and it didn't kill him. You know, versus the speed of an impact grenade, I go for another one here, trying to get him right in the face, and either I missed or it just didn't kill him instantly. And again, just for the way this gun works and how the Bile Spear spit acid, I don't think this is an effective weapon for dealing with them when you can just throw an impact grenade at them. We're getting close to the end of the bugs here in terms of enemies. Now, as you can see in the first example here, if you can land 2 clean shots to the face on the Bile Titan, you will take him out very quickly. It's, in my opinion, better than relying on the orbital rail, because the orbital rail won't always one-shot, and then you're just trying to figure out what to do to finish them off. Now, in this example here, I guess I must have missed a couple of shots, or I thought they hit the head. The hitbox might be kind of a little weird, but it can take you upwards of 3 or 4 shots if they count as body shots, I guess. So just let this one play out here. But the first shot looked like it was a square and headshot. I thought the second one was too, but this one, this Titan here, he's being stubborn. I think he takes 2 more to take down. So you will have to try and create some space with the charge up time on this thing. And this should be the final shot. Which I guess maybe that was 2 to the head and a couple to the body. I don't know. But we're switching over to automatons now. And of course, as you'd expect, versus the Striders, you hit them anywhere, and this thing's pretty much a one-shot. I just had to include that clip because, you know, just because comprehensive coverage. I have found that this Quasar cannon is amazing for taking out dropships, as long as you aim for the engines. You don't want to hit the body of the vehicle because then it won't go down, and you won't have enough time to get a second shot off on it. But if you can hit those engines, you can take this thing off, even in a lot of cases, before it drops off its load. Yeah, great anti-dropship weapon. Similarly to the Bile Titans, these guys move up on you really fast, and it doesn't appear that this gun is a guaranteed one hit on them. So I've found that, again, like the Bile Titans, not very effective versus the Chainsaw Boys. Now versus tanks, this is a great weapon provided you have some form of cover to protect you from their main gun. The explosion on this thing does enough splash damage where as long as you can kind of hit the turret on the side or anywhere kind of near the back half of the turret in general, you will usually just 2-shot most all tanks. And again, with some good use of cover there to prevent fire from the main cannon, which one-shot you. Or, like in this example, being far enough away where the main cannon on the tank can't target you, which gives you a great opportunity to take out tanks with this weapon. Again, great anti-tank, anti-light vehicle, anti-everything. This gun is great except for, you know, against lots of really small enemies. And maybe like the Bile Titans and the Chainsaw Boys, but everything else. And this is the Shredder tank here, so we really got to make sure this thing doesn't get a line on us because it'll kill you extremely fast with its rate of fire. And I'm being fired upon by a couple other annoying robots, so as soon as we get them out of the way, we can finish off the demonstration here. Again, this is a great go-to anti-tank weapon. Now in this final example, this is a tank turret, and we're engaging it from far enough away where it can't even fire on us. I tested, I put my money where my mouth is and just stood out there, and yeah, we're too far away for it to engage us, but we can surely take it out. About 2 shots, as long as you can hit somewhere, you know, relatively close to the weak point, you'll be taking out turrets from a nice safe distance. Now, Devastators, they are pretty much a one-shot. You do want to creatively try and use some type of cover to make sure they can't get their rocket volley off, for the rocket Devastators specifically, because they can generally fire that before you have enough time to charge this thing all the way up. As you can see right there, just use some cover, charge it, and peek out and take them out. My best strategy there. And for the Riot Shield Devastators, their shields can actually block a shot from this gun and keep them unstaggered, so you'll definitely want to aim around that Riot Shield. Now, this weapon is also a great anti-Hulk weapon. I've found that it usually takes between 1 to 3 shots to take out a Hulk. If you can hit them squarely in their little red-eyed faceplate or perhaps right in their back, you could get away with a one-shot. Otherwise, you're looking at, again, about 2 to 3 shots to the body should take them out. This one I'm engaging from a nice, safe distance. At first, I didn't even know if I was hitting it. Yeah, well, along with having the advantage of infinite ammo, the shots do not drop. There's no gravity or curvature effect on the projectile, unlike the disposable anti-tank, which really helps this weapon take out targets from a really nice, safe, far-away distance. Now, that last Hulk was a one-shot, right to the red faceplate. This one takes a little bit more, and similarly to like Bile Spears or Bile Titans, you'll want to be putting a lot of safe distance between you and the Hulk when they have the flamethrower, so that you can charge up a shot and get it off before they face melt you. Now we're moving on to the Automaton Factories, which have a few different properties from the bug holes. Now, if you'll notice here, I'm trying to fire through the door, and you will see that this cannon will not take out the factories with a door shot. Like grenades, as you can see, you can throw grenades through the door, and they will take out the outposts. However, the trade-off for that is you can take out factories from a lot of angles, which you might not suspect, and as well from really far away, like in this example, where I'm off at an angle and a considerable distance away. So this cannon is very good at taking out these factories here from some safe positions. And we're going to other objectives and structures. Of course, it will one-shot all of your bug hole varieties, including the stalker nest holes. But in this example, you will want to be careful that you don't rip the shot as soon as the bugs are coming out, because they will block the shot. And with the charge up time, you probably will just be better off throwing a grenade and running. Now in this example, which I do speed up, you can take out the screecher nests from, or shriekers, sorry, the flyers, from a nice safe distance where they can't even spawn and start attacking you. So with this gun equipped, if you see these things on the map, it does take a little bit, with each one taking 2 shots to take out, so you gotta wait for it to charge up 6 shots. But if you think about time efficiency, the time it takes to do that and take all 3 of these out with this, cannon is a lot faster than what it would take you to run all the way over there, try and fight them off, plant a hell bomb, defend the hell bomb so it doesn't get destroyed. So just in terms of efficiency and safety, it is definitely a recommended tactic to just take out the flyer nests from far away so you don't even have to deal with them. I did speed the footage up though a little bit. And with the spore shrooms, you will be one-shotting those, taking them off and clearing your vision up nice and easily there. As well, these hijack the rogue transmission missions. Be able to take that objective out in one shot also with this thing. And the artillery on the automaton side, if you have artillery or the there's another like AA version of that prevents you from doing like your eagle call-ins, take those out really quick also. So I appreciate you coming and checking out this little walkthrough here of using the Quasar cannon to deal with pretty much every enemy of significance in the game. Of course, like I said, anything that's, Strider or Brood Commander strength or weaker, you will generally vaporize. So I didn't spend a whole lot of time shooting it like scavengers with this thing. But I hope this information was fun and helpful maybe for you to see whether this gun is worth bringing. In my opinion, it can completely replace not only the orbital rail cannon, but also take the spot of the disposable anti-tank or the recoilless and free you up some slots to play around with other stratagems. I got some fun usage out of the orbital 380 and the cluster bomb again because this gun freed up a slot for me to be able to do that. So on the end screen here, just showing that using this gun on solo suicide mission difficulty 7, I was able to completely 5-star both missions. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you do, and I will see you again soon. Peace out, everybody.